Hello and welcome back to another chapter of the tutorial by Dragons Are Cool on AO3. Chapter 6 Traditions and Trepidations. Originally, Impulse and Skiz would eat and hang out in the back of the truck, but as of yet, they didn't have enough seating for four. So that's how they found themselves the only four customers sitting in a colorful plastic booth in a harshly lit burger joint at 1 in the morning. So, what could happen that would make an investigation harder? Scar leapt right to the point. Impulse quickly moved to shush him. Not so loud! He was glad he hadn't mentioned ghosts outright, but in the context of how a lady was, it wouldn't be a stretch for the staff to figure out, if they wanted to. Why? Is something wrong? Impulse glanced briefly around Skiz's shoulder towards the counter where the cashier was chatting with the cook. No, you just gotta be quiet about ghost stuff in public. It's generally better if no one knows what we do. Really? Scar quickly matched Impulse's volume. Yeah, when people find out, they just don't treat you the same. How do you mean? They're scared of us. Scar turned to face Skiz now, especially investigators. Impulse and I accidentally cleared a restaurant once because someone overheard us talking about the haunt we were about to go to. That's why we usually do takeout when we're working. It's just easier. I didn't realize. Scar mused and rolled back a bit to let Skiz out as he stood to go get their food. It's alright. It's really everyone else's problem. But the way they act kinda makes it our problem anyways. So what do you say when people ask you what you do? I usually tell people I'm a redstone engineer, 'cause that's what I used to do at least. Impulse leaned back, relaxing a bit as Skiz walked back over with food. No one usually asks follow-up questions after that. Yeah, 'cause they don't want to get lectured by a nerd, Skiz ribbed as he started to pass out the food. You still awake over there, G? The avian yawned and gave a not very convincing yeah, as Impulse retorted, Hey, I'm nowhere near as bad as Tango. No one's as bad as Tango. He's in a league all his own, Skiz admitted. But my point still stands. Impulse grumbled a bit petulantly as he dug into his burger, but they didn't miss the small smile on his face. What about you, Skiz? Scar asked around the mouthful of fries. Well, I still work a day job, so I tell people about that. 'Cause he's a workaholic. Impulse poked. Skiz scowled at him, but didn't try and deny it. Scar continued to pepper them with questions after that, his curiosity taking the front seat now that the work was done. Thankfully, the staff at the restaurant had zero interest in eavesdropping, though Impulse did keep an eye on them for any changes that might indicate they heard something. Hey, G? Said Avian jolted a bit more upright at being addressed, and Skiz giggled. You gonna fall asleep in your surprise, man? This gave Scar the giggles as the avian just grumbled and leaned to rest his head against the window instead. Impulse laughed then too. Yeah, lots of excitement for one night, huh? I suppose we should get home now anyways. They stood to clean up after themselves and said thanks to the workers as they left. Green leaned heavily on Scar's wheelchair all the way out to the truck. Scar was effectively pulling him along rather than there being any pushing on Green's part. They got loaded up and weren't a block from the restaurant before Green was softly snoring against Impulse's shoulder. They dropped Skizz off back at his house, and Scar took over driving so Impulse wouldn't have to move Grian yet. Neither of them bothered trying to wake him when they pulled into their parking spot back at home, though Scar's laughter at the exhausted avian had made him stir. Impulse carried him back to his apartment and deposited him carefully on his bed before returning to his own place. Before turning in for the night, he fired off one last message. Impulse, Scar, and Grian. Impulse SV. Skizz and I will hang out down in the lobby tomorrow. Come find us when you wake up, and we'll show you how to write the GIM reports. You guys did great tonight. And that is the end of Chapter 6.